Now.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of So Fired. I hope you guys caught that. Whoops-a-daisy.
Whoops. We are your hosts, Dr. Lindsay Regier.
And I'm Chelsea Toronto.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We were just reminiscing over a photo that we took, I don't even know, 4 months ago?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Time
We're
flies.
reminiscing. I'm saying, wow, we look so different. And oh, my face is a little chubby there.
I feel like my face also looks a little chubby there.
Oh, yeah. So we'll post that picture.
Yep.
You've seen it quite a bit. It's us sitting in the studio in the closet with microphones in our hands. I'm wearing a lime green top. It kind of looks yellow in the photo, and Lindsay's wearing a fuchsia one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just...
I gotta bring you that fuchsia top.
Oh, I want that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have it.
So this week we are recapping our live event, which was Friday, June 24th. Now it's about 2 weeks later, but we took the 4th of July holiday off, but we're still wanting to recap and discuss the things that we learned, the things that we nailed, and the things that we hope to nail down in the future.
Yeah, for next time.
Yeah, because not the first, and certainly
not the last.
Not the last. So many lined up already.
I know.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, do you have a
so fired to fire moment?
Yeah, kind of. It's not epic. It's not like earth-shattering, but it was just like a mind shift. Waitressing is hard work.
It is.
Thanks. Okay. I know you don't know, but I've been kind of like pulling on your ear about this. And then Austin was thank you, Austin. I feel so validated because you're like, yes, it's not easy. And yes, it takes like a lot of momentum. So last night I came up with an analogy. This might not work for you because you don't always feel this way, but it's like working at a restaurant. This one, I love it. Let me just preface this. I love it. Working at the restaurant is a lot like working out. You dread it and you dread it. And then you get there and you're like, it's not that bad. And then at the end of the shift, you're like, oh, that was fun.
Right? You feel so much better.
Yeah. And you're glad and you walk away with money and a lot of cash at the end of the night. And you're like, what was I even worried about?
I know. It's just tragic that you have to feel that way every single time.
Because you just know you're going to get hit over the head or run into a brick wall of busy.
Yeah.
And I just wake up so tired every morning. But I sleep like a champ. So those are so fireds for me.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that for you.
I love that for you.
What do you got?
Well, I feel like I've been in a very fast period of growth in the past 5 days. Past couple of weeks maybe. So I think I mentioned on the show that I was going to be teaching yoga.
Oh, yeah.
At a new yoga studio.
For sure.
And the studio was going to open back in May, and then we're going to do June, and now it's opening in July. And every single time I'm like, yes, because I'm not prepared. I am not ready to teach yoga. I have not been practicing. I'm like, yes, saved again. Permits were not ready. Like, I'm so lucky. And then
I don't know if I knew that you felt that way.
Yeah.
By the way. I wish you could have told me so I could have been laughing along with you this whole time.
So finally, I was just like yesterday, I'm like, okay, the studio's actually opening.
When is it?
Like next week.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, ooh, I'm not ready. And
had you been ready?
Well, had I been ready, I would be excited to go and teach.
You finish your thing and then...
Yeah. And I was excited to teach initially when I'm like, oh, that's fun. I get to be a yoga teacher. It's a creative outlet for me. I get to just do something different than what I do every day. So I was excited about that. But then if I was really excited about it, I would have been practicing all the time. And I would have been roping you into taking a yoga class with me.
Right.
So I wasn't doing the actions that would say that I was excited about it. And then we're just growing in momentum with podcasting, and my chiropractic business is growing in momentum. And I cannot give another 100% to yoga teaching,
right,
because I don't want to be the weak link at the yoga studio where someone comes in for a class and it was like, and they never come back again.
That's a funny noise. We should record that so we can use that. It's like a horn throw. Sorry.
So I finally told them yesterday, like, hey, I'm just not going to be able to teach yoga. It's like stressing me out, and I'm not going to be able to like give you my all. And they're like, okay, cool. I'm like, oh, that's it. Like, that's okay. I was really nervous to tell you, but now we're just going to work together in a different capacity that makes more sense, I think, for both of us.
Right.
So I'm feeling really good that I actually said no to something because
I don't know that I've ever heard you say no.
Yeah, it was weird.
Was it?
Yeah. And I'm like, ooh, because usually if I would, I don't know, I never say no to anything. I'm like, yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
Of course you could do it.
I could do it, but
You could have done this too, but I think what you're saying is I choose not to.
yeah, I choose not to. And that
Thanks
was
for
a
choosing
big
me.
moment. You're welcome.
Thanks for choosing us.
Yeah, I chose us. And
you're like, don't ever question our relationship again.
I quit yoga teaching.
No.
I never started, but I quit before.
Well, more like it's not that. It was you have things that are of value in your life.
Right.
Doug always says, "Don't leave fun to have fun."
Mm-hmm. I know.
What's that?
Oh wow,
There's
where'd
a
that name tag come from?
There's my name on it. It's a little Jank City.
So yeah, that was really a so fired moment.
That is a really. I do cherish that decision for you. Can I ask you a favor?
Yeah.
You turn that light off.
I sure can.
It glares. I can't. When I look at you, it's like looking into the sun.
I need to lift up.
I have a lamp in our. Oh, that's different, but better.
Okay, that's better.
Oh, that's great.
It's actually kind of bright in here today.
I know. I felt the same thing. How could it be so dramatically different?
I don't know.
We've actually never talked about it. We have never had a moment. We've never recorded like with this lighting, this particular type of lighting.
No, because usually isn't that light off?
Yeah.
Usually we kind of sit in the dark.
Yeah.
And today we are lit up.
We are lit.
We're so lit. So flames.
Yeah, they say that now.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are we going to talk about this week?
Okay, so let's recap our event.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
How are we going to do it? Is it just like the obvious stuff, or are we going to talk about
let's talk about the things that we really liked about it and things that went really well, and then all the things that we learned.
Should we do like one and then the other?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that. Okay.
You go.
Okay, so the first thing that went really well, our panel guests
they
were outstanding.
A big shout out to all three.
Mm-hmm. Lauren, Juliet, and Madison.
Yeah.
Crushed it.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They were so clutch.
Mm-hmm. They had such different points of view on certain topics, and I think that kept it really interesting. And then Madison coming in with some comedy. And I think everyone felt like they were represented with every single guest and with us.
Yep, you could definitely align or make an emotional connection with one of them. I think that's really well said. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Thanks.
I don't know who said
that. Okay, so one thing that we learned, I'm going to start from the beginning, is that we definitely prep in different styles.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about this.
Yes.
Is this a bad thing?
No, this is not a bad thing.
Oh.
This was also, like, when I said the past few weeks, like, moments of growth.
Yes.
Is a lot of self-reflection and self-awareness of, like,
okay,
we definitely do things differently.
But heads up,
in
guys.
A good way.
Everyone's been like, Lindsay, you need feelings. Lindsay, you need introspection. So this is your episode. I mean, I don't know exactly what she's going to say, but I think that you might get some of those things here. So
I think you might.
I'm especially glad you tuned in this week.
Mm-hmm. So I need to.
Oh wait, we're gonna talk about our different preparation.
Yes, our different preparation styles. You go first.
No, you go.
Okay, so I don't really prep. That's the name of the game.
I'm so glad I teed up that joke. I didn't know that was coming.
And like, I'm not nervous or anything until the event is happening in that exact moment. Then I'm like, oh shit, I definitely should have gone through the whole entire show to see what the order was. I should have rehearsed what I was going to say more than 5 times. I should have like bounced this off of you. We should have actually gone through it together and rehearsed everything. Instead, I'm just like, boop-a-doop-a-boo, I'm going to show up and like, here I am. Yeah.
Why?
Because when that happened.
What happened?
During our show. So this is what happened during our show. I got really nervous when we got up there. And then I knew what I was going to say in the beginning. But then as the show went on and I felt like I needed to say something, just to say something or to keep people entertained because I wasn't really confident in like my value added to the show, then my insecurities show up of me being like kind of like jabby or just like not being intentionally jabby or mean or anything, but it comes off like that because I'm just like, okay, we gotta like keep the people entertained, so I'm gonna do just like a cheap joke to keep people laughing or to keep people like, hey, eyes on me, because I don't really have anything of substance to say at this point. So I'm going to say something for
Do you
a
think
cheap thrill.
if you prepared, you would have had those things?
I think if I would have prepared, I would not have done that, because I would have known that you got this covered. Our panel has it covered. Like, I would have felt more prepared in the flow of how everything was going to go. And I probably would have had more like talking points prepared if I would have prepared.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So our different styles look like what? Or different
Chelsea
preparation
is definitely
styles.
way more prepared than I am and rehearsing, which 100% paid off, because if she was not prepared,
It would have been a different show.
it would have been a different show. It might have gone off the rails like very, very early. So without your preparation, oh my God, it would have been a much different show.
It would have been a different
So
show.
I'm so grateful that you do prep.
So people make fun of my prep styles, but I'm going to say I really appreciate them.
Yeah. Like, I have a whole new appreciation for it.
So what is okay, I'll explain what my prep styles are. 6 weeks ago, when we first decided we were going to even have this event, within like 72 hours, I like went for a walk, and what I was going to say came to me, and I was rehearsing pretty much every day since then.
Mm-hmm.
And like Lindsay and Andy kind of laughed at me when I'm like, I'm already rehearsing. I actually asked Andy if I could rehearse with him, but he just was traveling. So, and I rehearsed it to you, and you're like, why are you doing that? And I was like, well, because I anticipate getting up there and being nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can at least control that, then my body will settle in. I won't forget my line, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then I do try and like put myself into it, and like you were super helpful on the seating arrangement, because that kind of but then like my prep styles, so then I made like note cards with everybody's in the order in which they were going to say them, and then I numbered them, and I handed you yours, and you're like, I don't need them, and I was like, okay. Which was cool, because I was like, I just assumed that you didn't need them or want. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not here to like micro yours, but then everyone, and this has been the case when I do like event planning and stuff like that. I mean, like, you should trust me, because I was a professional.
I should 100% trust you.
And then people make fun of because I do get nervous and like a little like, but if there's any, like, I know Jen's an event planner, and there's other event planners out there, or if you've like DIY'd your own wedding, like the last 15 minutes are literally like the worst, because then you've got people who showed up early, and then the event's not done, and then like the last thing, I mean, like ideally in a perfect event space, you would be done like a half hour before, but that's rarely how it goes. So then like you can't be thrown off, because now you're like the organizer and you're the talent.
Yeah.
And you have to be in like, I can see why very famous people or event like performers have people do all that stuff, so they can just stay in the moment of their stuff.
Yeah. Because it's hard to bop in between being the talent, being the host, organizing.
Yeah. Like waiting for the pizza guy to come.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're like, because then it just dilutes who you are. But anyway, so that was not the case. But yeah, it does. People kind of, even AC was like, oh, your nervousness. Isn't it cute when you guys are nervous? And I'm like, this is what preparedness looks like.
Yes.
So I appreciate that you appreciate my...
Yes. Like, I have a whole new appreciation for it. And then I felt like afterwards, I'm like, I let down the team because I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, no, that's excessive.
Well,
excessive.
Like,
okay. Well, yeah. I appreciate you. Nothing was let down.
No, that's just like how I felt afterwards.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Like after the event.
After the event.
This is funny, because you guys, when we decompressed the next day, and we're like, this is amazing. How come this didn't how come we're not feeling the high of the high? And we're getting to the crux of it, because this is really what we were like.
Because it's like after the show, it's like, amazing, like, oh my God, so much fun. But then it was like, huh.
And I think what we thought it was, we didn't stretch ourselves enough. We didn't do anything that was like the equivalent of like jumping off a new cliff. We just thought, but I think what are like expressing now, and this is kind of the first time we're having this real conversation, right? We've like said parts of it, but now that we're seated next to each other and we're saying all these things in one continuous thought, this is the first time, and I think this may be why some of the air was let out of the balloon after the fact, even.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Because I couldn't put my finger on it right after the moment. But then after I thought about it, I'm like, why did I say those things? And I'm like, that's not like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew something was different.
Yeah.
And
so
I was like,
that's just insecurity butting its ugly head at the worst moment. And I'm like, why is that? I'm like, oh, because I do have feelings.
you do have feelings. They just come at different times.
They came at the wrong time. So you guys, when I say I have no feelings,
oh, she's got them.
I have feelings. They're usually just more under the surface and controlled. But then something about like being on stage and feeling
you weren't
like
in control.
I wasn't in control. And like I've done events by myself a lot.
Right.
So then it was a different dynamic to have other people up there
sharing
with me.
that limelight with you.
Yeah. Not to like make it sound like, oh my God, it's all about me like all the time. But like
when
at
you're
my events.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. And I have to like learn how to do it a different way. Because clearly, like, if I was in charge of prepping and all the things, like, the show would have started an hour late. I might not have been there on time. Yeah, so there's just like a lot of things that I can work on. I'm like, wow, we're on time for our event. Like, this is so weird.
You did ask. If our thing started at 8,
yeah,
like the show went on. A show started at 8, like 8:03. At 7:30, you said, "Do I have time to go get Austin?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Absolutely not."
I'm like, he's right down the road.
I was like, no. I was flabbergasted at that point. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Nope.
So next time, no.
I mean, the answer was no. I'm like, okay.
It was but it was so cute that you asked. You could have just ducked out but I would have been like, where the fuck?
No, you definitely would have noticed that I was gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad. Well, it was cute that you asked.
Yeah.
And then like people are standing around me. So then I look like a bitch because I was like, are you kidding me?
I don't think so.
It's like, absolutely not.
This is all part of the act. I'm just asking silly questions before we get started.
That's funny. So I'm not nervous. I don't think people often see me like head down, focused in that regard.
Right. And yeah, like I have seen you like that before.
For different events. Right. But not like my day-to-day stuff. Nothing in my day-to-day requires that kind of like neuroses.
Right.
Yeah. But it worked out.
It did work out.
The show started on time and it ended, and people were really pumped.
Yeah, we got some good feedback at the end about people really feeling.
Oh yeah, we
like
did.
They got their questions answered.
That is what
that was like
let's
the highlight.
So we did a question and answer. Listeners wrote in questions, and which Lindsay read the questions, and the panel answered them. We all kind of chimed in. It was just a discussion overall. And then what was particularly special is towards the end, the audience started participating. It was kind of magical.
I know. I'm like, this is so great. This is exactly what I wanted, was people to feel involved and feel like they are adding their 2 cents, and their perspective is super valuable because someone else has probably had that similar experience. So that was so cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's essentially why we're doing it. Right. And that they felt comfortable and safe enough to like jump in and chime in, and like, it was pretty powerful. Yeah. And then after the show, they ran up to tell us how much of an impact it made on them. And finally they were having questions that they have that they didn't realize other people were having the same questions or thoughts. And finally they were answered.
Yeah. So I'm happy that we could provide that for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't even think about us providing service.
So that was really the saving grace and highlight of the show.
That was it. That was everything.
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
That's why I want to continue to do it.
Agreed.
All right. What else is on your list? That's a long list.
Well, I mean, those were like the big highlights. We kept it really entertaining.
We sure did.
We had a lot of fun. People got value out of it.
What would you do differently?
So what I would do differently is definitely like the preparation ahead of time. And then,
what would you do differently if now knowing what I do?
Yeah, so I would work on the outline with you
Yeah.
and actually go through a dress rehearsal a couple times and
Mhm.
like do the walk. Where are we sitting? This is this person. Do all the things. As she rolls her eyes at me like, duh.
These are good ideas.
Yeah. So I would actually do it.
For the record, I did ask if she wanted to do these things.
And I was like, nah.
Okay.
I would listen to Chelsea. That's just the overall answer. Like, what does Chelsea say? Yes, ma'am, I will do that.
I'm
like,
flattered.
Yeah. And I can actually take some of the lessons learned from our event and apply them to my future events in my office. Showing up on time. Being prepared.
I don't know how you've gotten away with this for so long.
You know what? I'm going to blame everything on my parents and how I was raised.
Jesus Christ. Are you kidding me? No. I'm going to say hard no. But okay, yeah, it's totally their fault.
Yeah, totally. You know, if you just need like an easy cop out.
They dropped you off late.
They dropped me off late. They did all my chores for me. Okay. Everything just magically got completed.
Okay.
Kidding. I can't blame
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
Sorry, Mom and Dad. You don't listen anyways. And I think maybe having just we had an objective of what we wanted to accomplish.
I do think we hit it.
Yeah, so I think we hit that.
And we got our first affiliate sponsor.
Yes.
Even before we went on. Thank you, Jesse, because if there's no possibly greater gift than to receive, oh, by the way, you're about to go on. Great news, you just got an affiliate with Instacart. And I can't wait to tell you all about that. As soon as we have our
code,
our promo code,
yep, we'll be dropping that.
I didn't know, but I'm going to start ordering stuff.
Same.
So that was a great way to start. That was an objective.
Excuse me.
Jesus. Oh man, bodily noises.
I'm like, ugh. So yeah, lesson learned. Just listen to you. You know what you're doing.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. And I think that we are even better friends after the fact. Is that even more possible? I don't know.
Our love is growing deep.
Yes, it is.
We are really rooting.
Yeah.
We're ruts. I don't know where that came from, but every time I need to get my hair done, I'm like, I need to get my ruts done.
I think because one time I said ruts.
Oh, that's funny.
That Midwest.
Yeah.
Wang.
Twang. Yeah, well.
What are your takeaways?
I liked our outfits.
Oh, yeah, our outfits? Killed.
Oh, my God.
We will be wearing that multiple times.
Yeah, so if you didn't see it live the first time, just wait. Maybe we'll swap.
Oh, yeah.
The outfits were amazing. The food you made was so good.
Oh, yeah.
I have your dishes clean, by the way.
Thanks.
Lindsay made like skewered, like the
caprese.
The caprese salad, like on a skewer, and then like a fruit kebab, and then vegan taco cups. I didn't get to have any of those. I was like, I wanted it, and you're like, they're gone.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
I was saving you from eating like a cold, soggy.
Because, you know, when you are the bride or performer, you never eat.
No.
I don't think I ate until like the next day.
I had a slice of pizza after we were done.
I didn't. I'm running through my head of things that I would have changed. Nothing.
Oh.
Like zero. There is nothing we could have done any differently.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing we could have done to make it any better than it was.
Agreed.
I mean, like, we promoted hard. Mm-hmm. We did all the things. Unless we had started 6 months prior, I don't know that we would have.
No, I don't even think that mattered at all. And I appreciate everyone who showed up and everyone who sent us all the love and support from afar who couldn't make it.
Right.
And we did lose a few to the Avs because apparently there was like a Stanley Cup game on or something. Yeah.
Stanley Cup winners. But we didn't win that night.
We did not.
So you could have come.
Yeah.
But whatevs. We like to think it was the curse of the So Fired.
That's
because
right.
We were not going to like, no, we don't work that way. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I think like the attendance was exactly where it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it just worked out exactly how it
Honestly, God, I thought it was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything could have been done any better.
Yeah. So now we can plan another one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe another local one.
Yep.
Yep.
And now the community events, I'm excited because that takes some of and that's your expertise.
Yeah. So we're going to have community events every other month or so. The next one will be in August 13th. If you're in Denver, we'll meet at Wash Park in the morning, a walk and talk. and then stay after, have some drinks, some snacks. I'll bring some yard games. So just a good way to converse with other like-minded ladies.
Sweet.
Yep.
And dudes.
And dudes.
Like-minded people.
People.
We like people. We like bodies. Yeah, it was awesome. It's certainly an addictive thing, isn't it?
It is. It's a real high.
It is.
And then a low when you're done. I don't know. Not like a low, but it's just, I was exhausted the rest of the weekend.
I was indeed.
Yeah.
I worked Saturday night.
I didn't, but I was very sleepy. Yeah, you had to work.
I think I worked Sunday.
I think you did.
I actually had
You had a full weekend.
Oh, it was such a drag. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's our recap, and we're excited to do future events.
Yeah, no, I was thinking I just kind of I don't want to end on a negative note right there, but I was thinking it's like people you get married and you're like, wedding, and then wedding over and you're like, I've got nothing to live for.
That's why we got to keep doing our events.
Exactly right. Yeah. It was really special. I can't believe we did it. I can't believe it's over.
I know.
I didn't realize to what extent it had so much real estate in my mind.
Yes.
Because now I'm like, I got nothing to do. Right?
I know. That's how I felt too. I'm like, so what?
Why does it feel so freed up? Like there's nothing. I'm like, there's nothing to plan. I didn't realize it was taking up so many hours leading up to it.
I know. Well, let's plan another one so I can
do it again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yay.
So you guys got a real inside sneak peek to behind the scenes.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you want more behind the scenes content, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon channel.
Mm-hmm. That was another gift.
Yes. So we have 3 different tiers. The first one, $5 a month, just support us in our smoothie habit. And then the second and third tier,
what do they get?
And you get a sticker and you get a shout out.
Yes.
Yeah. All for all tiers. The second and third tier, you get all the behind the scenes footage. So we're doing vlogs and you get to see more of our personalities and what we do in our free time. And then for the third tier, you also get to be on the show. So that's exciting.
That is exciting.
And then we'll give you a one-on-one call so you can ask us whatever you want. And then for both of those, we're going to do like a monthly Ask Us Anything.
We've already got a couple. We've got how many? Like 3, 5?
Yeah.
We are racking up. Mm-hmm. The numbers are just skyrocketing.
Yeah. So you want that premium content? Subscribe to our Patreon.
Yeah. If you can't get enough of this.
And also please rate, review, and subscribe to wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.